It's New Music Leader. We are Club 937, Artemis here, 8-1 show, and featuring local artists in Flint, Saginaw, all around the area. If you're an artist you want to be on the show, it's really easy to hit me up. Just look me up on Facebook, Artemis, Artimis, and we'll get you through. Got Flint's very own Nizo in the building. What's up, man?
What's going on, my brother? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. It's
nice to finally be here.
Hey, I'm telling you, we appreciate when a local talent comes through, man, and takes the time, and I really appreciate that you came through on time.
Yes, sir.
You know?
Yes, sir.
Didn't come in smelling like weed and come off high, all that. Like, that's the, you know, I feel like with Connor's camp, because you associate with Connor and everything.
Definitely, A-Squad.
It's a professionalism that I'm going to be honest, not a whole lot of Flint rappers have, man.
Man, because I can tell you, man, like first of all, let me just start by, Connor first had the all-varsity music, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people who I saw come up here like, yeah, you know, we kick it with Connor, and it's true, but it wasn't crew, though, you know what I'm saying? Like, It was definitely associates. You know, during that time when we was, you know, doing the run in Flint, but it was also a crew of people that he had wherever he went. And I was one of the lucky ones to be inside the crew at his crib, seeing all the moves he made. And not only was he like a strict mentor, but he was strict on himself, you know what I mean? And that's the thing about it, like, he didn't want nobody around him that was going to be on some lollygagging playing stuff, man. You know what I mean? Like, that wasn't what we was about. And then you got Mateen Cleaves, who also was the same exact way, like, work hard, you know what I'm saying? And they ain't got no time for that. Like, anything that's going to give off the bad impression of unprofessionalism wasn't with it. So, you know what I'm saying? That's how we still rock to this day, like everybody. Yeah, man, it's different. You can tell just by the by the body posture, by how people act, how people talk, when they're really about building a brand, and then when they're really about just, you know, just getting high and making a couple tracks. And, you know, so I appreciate you coming in cut, man. It means a lot because it shows the professionalism. Let's get right into it, man. I mean, you were telling me just a little while ago about how affiliated you are with Connor. When did that all start? Man, I got with bro, man, I think 2009 or 8. I'm not really sure, man. Through an associate of mine, well, a good friend of mine, Adam Berryman, who also is a producer. He was a producer with Connor, and just kind of took me around. They used to have these things called Saturday breakfasts in the squad. Shouts to everybody, all varsity music. They had these things called Saturday breakfasts where they get there. Of course, they have breakfast, but also they they would cipher. You know what I mean, and throw out ideas, and you know what I mean, just like all the time creatives. You know what I mean, like so. I went to the breakfast. Kind of got put on the spot, like, yo, you rap? Like, yeah, I spit. Like, well, rap then. Let's, like, rap. So, you know what I mean? The thing about Connor, he always say, if you a singer, if anybody asks you to sing at any point in time, you have to sing. If you a rapper, if anybody asks you to rap right then, you have to rap. Like, ain't no talk like, well, I ain't ready. You ain't a rapper then. Right. You know what I mean? So that's how I got kind of put on, like, you know, being at the Saturday breakfasts, doing the cypher. I guess bro was kind of pleased with it. And also he was pleased with the energy that I brought. You know what I mean? Positive energy. I was ready to learn. I wasn't trying to be the man. You know what I mean? I wanted to pay my dues and then become, you know, what God allows me to be in this game. And you know what I mean, that's how I started being around him. You know what I mean? It's funny because I started off as his cameraman, like taking pictures while he was on stage. Like, I wasn't even rapping. And you know what I mean, from that, you know, just kind of through the years, spitting verses and writing, you know what I mean, got to get on stage with him, got to get on records with him, tour with him, lived with him in Cali, you know what I mean, all of the above, man. So, you know. So you started off, right? I mean, Connor's been at it for a bit, but you started off at the process where you got to see him shine, and you got to see him work with Dre and be in the studio and all that then. Yeah, I've seen it, man, from nobody knowing him in Flint to Dre. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen all of that, you know what I mean? And took strict notes. And that's what kind of like separates me from a lot of artists in Flint, because it's like, you know, a lot of artists in Flint, I see that they like to like drop. Yeah. And it's like, it's cool, that's a good work ethic. But when you drop something, you want to build on top of that and keep on going up the mountain. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to constantly just keep dropping records and albums and doing stuff, and it's not like going anywhere, it's not progressing, you know what I mean? So that's kind of like, I came from that school of learning where it's like, yo, we gonna work, but we also gonna climb up this mountain as well. It seems like it's almost like a hitting the lottery process, to where like rappers will drop out, you know, 4 or 5 mixtapes a year almost,
in hopes that they get that one single that hits, instead of building off your brand and building off who you are as a person, and not, you know, underestimating yourself and saying, oh, well, if I put out 300 songs in a couple years, one of them's going to be a hit, you know?
Look, man, we in the business of working smart. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't going to say working smart, not hard, because you got to work hard too, but you work smart, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to just keep making these records. And a lot of people ask me, like, man, yeah, you been on Connor so long, da-da-da-da-da. Why you ain't got nothing out? Why you ain't got no album out? It's like, man, because bro showed me a way and a path to do this, man. Take your notes. Do your studies. Because, like, it's a bigger game than Flint, you know what I mean? Like, when I got to Cali, it was like you in there with Dre, DOC, Snoop may show up, Cube may show up, Kendrick may show up, you know what I'm saying? And people around their camps, you may get to talking to them, and if you get to talking and sounding like an idiot, that look bad on your camp. Like, like, dog, what are you talking about, man? Bro don't even know nothing about rap, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you can just get to making these songs, but at the end of the day, you know, do you know what you're doing as far as outside of the booth? You know what I mean?
Is it frustrating when you hear people, you know, especially it seems to happen a lot in Flint, where people be like, yo, Connor's hot, he's good with it, but he hasn't dropped anything with Dre. It's going to be the same. Like, is that frustrating to you? Because you see the man put in so much work, and people don't understand what work and effort it takes to drop an album.
Right. I'm gonna tell them like this, man. It's business. You know what I mean? And Connor, man, listen. Connor done dropped a mixtape every month without fail before. You know what I'm saying? Like, no problem. With ease. You know what I mean? So the problem ain't like, why he ain't dropping, you know what I'm saying? It's just got to be right, you know what I mean? When you working with the bosses and you working with the big dogs of the game like he's doing, you know what I mean? You just want to be right, you know what I mean? You don't want to come out and be a person who came out with an album and then you gone tomorrow, man. We done worked too far. I mean, came too far for this, man. You know what I mean? It got to be right. Bro got to be in the elites, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, no matter what, we still looking up to him. Even though I'm in Flint, I'm still, you know, wanting to know, okay, so bro, what's the next move? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that's my mentor, you know what I'm saying? And that's my big homie. And if he fall off, you know what I mean, and become like one of these no-name rappers or whatever like that, blah, 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 I'm going to still love him. But at the end of the day, that's not the goal. You know what I mean? We done put working and dollars and sweat and tears and everything it is, so it gotta work.
Now, speaking of albums, you got your album, the Fli Album. I want to talk about that because Connor was obviously heavily influenced with helping you do that process. How did that all come about? Because it isn't a mixtape, it isn't a little side project. You're following the footsteps of what a real artist does with dropping an actual album.
Well, the Fli Album, man, actually, you know, when I went to California, I was working with Connor, you know what I'm saying, through the steps of making his album. And, you know, I just saw so much of what he was doing as far as, like, the little stuff, you know what I'm saying? Not just getting in the booth rapping. It was more so, what do the background sound like? What does the tweaks to the drums, the tweaks to the vocals, it's different stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, dang, I was gonna drop an album and be shortcoming, you know what I mean? Because I want to live up to, if I'm his little brother, then I gotta live up to at least half or more to what he's doing. So you know, we gets to the point where it's like, okay, you didn't, Aramis, you didn't, you know what I'm saying, you didn't did what you're supposed to do. Now let's hear, like, what do you got to say as an artist? You know what I'm saying? What does Nizo have to say as an artist? We already respect you as a person, as a man. You know what I'm saying? But we heard you rap. So, you know, as I'm coming back here, I'm like, man, what do I really want to say? Like, and the thing about it is, while we in California, everybody asks, man, does Flint really have this, have that? Do people really do this, do that? And I'm like, man, yeah, but me saying yeah does not justify it. You know what I'm saying? I have to show you how this stuff happens. I have to tell you, how does a person end up in the situations that they're in. So that's the Fli Album, man. I can't give too much because, you know, it's really like a movie. You know what I mean, Artemis? It's really like a movie, and we're thinking about shooting a movie for it. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about putting up my own money to shoot a movie and all of that. But the Fli Album is definitely all of that. Like, from the intro, it's you know, what you see when you getting off that exit coming off the, I get off on Carpenter Road, so, you know, when you get off that Carpenter Road exit, what you gonna see, what it's gonna feel like, what you gonna hear, you know what I mean? Like, you gonna really be like, oh, this is Flint, like, this is how a person, and then, as the album goes on, you hear the mentality and the talking of how a person may get into a situation that people get into in Flint, you know what I mean? Me, myself, being one of the lucky ones, I grew up under strict teachings as far as like streets. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a street guy at all, but due to lack of finances in my family, we had to be raised in places that were like, you know, real type of urban places where things happened.
Yeah.
So, you know, I was raised under that, where people were doing things that they, you know, maybe weren't proud of, but they had to put food on their table. But then also, I have been to the point where I'm in Grand Rapids, I'm in California, I'm in this and that, so I can tell you about that side too. So man, the Fli album, man, is just gonna take you through the cities of Flint, man. Put your seatbelts on, baby, because it's gonna be a wild one. You know what I mean? This first album is a wild album. It's like, wow, yeah. Like,
now when do you plan on dropping that?
We looking to drop that one October, well, Halloween or Devil's Night. We haven't made a decision yet because it's just so good, man.
But it's coming up though.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna start, you know, doing what we do, sending the videos out and blah blah blah, you know, the teasers and all of that, man. But yeah, the Fli album is gonna be a real thing, and I can't wait for you to see it because I think you're gonna be proud of it, man.
Yeah. I wanted to talk to you because, I mean, obviously, you know, we've had Connor in here before. We've had other artists in here before that really, you know, embrace, you know, this platform that we have. But then we also have a lot of artists in Flint that seem to think that this is a waste of time to come in here and talk, you know, and show your brand. What do you say to the people in Flint that are either artists or, you know, promoters that are stuck in that life of, well, if it's not going to do something big for me, I'm not going to do it?
Well, I'm gonna say this. The way we was taught is everything is a plus. You know what I'm saying? Everything is a plus. I shudder to think why a person would think coming up here is a bad idea. Like, this platform is a bad idea no matter what. And the thing about it is, like I said, I just got back from California. You know what I mean? Where it's a million rappers, but at the same time, they don't like knock the small beginnings, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And I saw exactly how the radio thing works. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing people don't understand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Club is top 40. You know what I'm saying? And let me break this down to people who don't know. Top 40 is not like a Detroit station. Where you can play, you know, just anything, or it's not like a New York where you can just play anything.
Right.
Top 40 is like this. This how we were taught about top 40. Top 40 is basically if your aunt, who is 40 years old, can play your song anywhere she goes, and she gets it, understands it, is not ashamed of it, you may have a chance at top 40.
Yeah.
But again, top 40 in the real music business. Top 40 people who want their songs played, they come with some type of favor or some type of something. People be coming up here, I'll be seeing it on Facebook, man, he ain't playing my song, he ain't playing my song.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
First of all, it ain't radio edited. Second of all, the way you going about it is all wrong. You know what I'm saying? If you're a rapper, you're supposed to go to that person face to face, because the relationships are everything.
Right.
Doing that social media stuff, cut that out, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And also, man, in LA, when you go to that radio station, they want some money. I'm not saying that that's the way,
right?
But you saying, oh, he ain't playing my song, You're not doing one thing to have him even interested for playing this record. It's not radio edited. You're not coming off as a nice person. You don't got nothing to give. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the thing that irritates me the most, man, and that's why I appreciate you coming through, because you came through 10 minutes early. And that's the same thing Connor's been through here before. Came in 15 minutes early. I mean, if you're early, you're on time. I mean, it's just having the proper respect and etiquette when it comes to doing stuff like this. You know, like, you hit me up, you're like, yo, I want you to check out some of my music. I listened to one freestyle. I was like, that Owen Hart, that's still to this day, like, that Owen Hart drop, put these producers in a sharpshooter. Like,
Owen Hart,
you know, and I appreciate wordplay. That's what I listen to. Now, somebody else might listen to and appreciate, you know, Amigos or Future Sound, but that's not what I personally like.
Right,
you know?
exactly.
And you came to me like, yo, would you like, you know, I'd like to talk to you, you'd like to talk to me. We chopped it up and you were in here, you know, and I appreciate that. But it just seems like it's almost like an ego thing. Like a lot of these rappers in here, before you even try and get out of the city, you got to get in the city and have those relationships with people.
Right, and the thing about it is, relationships is everything, man. You know what I mean? Like I told you before, when Connor was on his run, you know what I'm saying? Like, Ian was like a close friend of ours.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just like Connor was just like, yo, I'm the stuff in the city and you need to come through.
Yeah.
It was like, you know what I mean? Yo, like a friendship. Like, dog, if you don't do nothing for me, listen to this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if you don't play it, fine. If you do play it, fine. And then after that, you know what I'm saying? Ian hit back like, yo, I remember he hit Connor up like, yo, I want you to do my intro to my 6 o'clock show.
Yeah.
Boom, that was done. You know what I'm saying? I think that night it was done.
Yeah.
Then, you know what I mean? Ian, Connor like, yo, I want to bring you out at my show. Like, it was just a favor for a favor.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you just got to make sure that, man, when you come up here, you cherish it, because don't nobody got to do nothing for you, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And no matter what a person say, man, club, they don't play our music. That's true. You know what I'm saying? They may not, but at the end of the day, what can you do? You know what I'm saying? Is that gonna make you bitter?
Yeah.
Like, keep making music, keep going, and keep showing love. I've been trying to get up here a lot, actually. Not saying you, because you weren't here yet.
Right.
But different people that were here, I was trying to get up here, and they came and sat me down like, yo, this is why you can't get up here yet. You know what I'm saying? This, and that. This, and that. And I understood it because it wasn't my time yet. You know what I'm saying? And definitely not spinning no record. Like, your record, it got to be right. You know what I'm saying? This is top 40. Everybody's listening, so you just got to make sure it's right, man. That's all.
So you got the Fli album. That's coming out either Devil's Night or on Halloween.
Yeah, man.
And if people want to hit you up on the social media, man, how can they get a hold of you?
Facebook, already Nizo, or you can just go to my Nizo page, Nizo. On Twitter, already Nizo, SALREADYNIZO. Then my Twitter, is Instagram, sorry. I am Nizo, I am Nizo. Then SoundCloud, you know what I'm saying? We got that going too. I am Nizo. So, man, basically, if you really want to get with me, just Google. You know what I'm saying? Google, or, you know what I'm saying? Go hit me on Facebook. Like, I'm always around, man. I'm always willing to share the knowledge, the game, especially to the young, up and coming rappers that I really like, man. I'm down, man. You feel me? Like the Ace Gabanas and the Vice Carters, and man, I really get excited, man, because them the young dogs. You know what I'm saying? Vice Carter was like our little homie, like our little, you know what I'm saying? Like our little pup. Like,
that's a friend of the show, man. Him and Ace and Greg Joslin and all them, man. Like, it's you see talent and you see people who are humble, and you got to be humble before you could get that ego up.
Man, these people probably can't find these messages in they Twitter or they Facebooks because they popping, but not like Tierra Santoya. You know what I'm saying? I remember when Tierra Santoya was in college. You know what I'm saying? Came back from college, had a degree, got it popping with the music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember before that, like, it was like, oh, Tierra, like, we didn't know who she was. No disrespect at all, because she was doing her thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? And now I feel like one of the best artists in the city. I remember Vice Carter. Like I said, Vice Carter, a little pup, man, just coming to the house wanting to freestyle. Can you listen to what I got to say? My little homie, David Aaron, formerly known as Justin Day. I remember David Aaron rapping, man, like 4th grade, you know what I'm saying? And his sister telling him to shut up. Like, you know what I mean? It's humble beginnings, and it's all right, you know what I mean? Like, you just got to make sure that at the end of the day, you focus and you're doing what you do, and you're making sure that your platform is steady, man. Because don't nobody want to support you and you just out of line. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Get in line, man, because hey, outside this city, I'm telling you, when Flint does actually get this bubble that it's about to get, because it's about to bubble. Yeah. Don't turn off execs by being rude. You know what I'm saying? Because that travels a long way. like, they'd be like, yo, Nizo, man, he came like he was the man. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that dude, blah, blah, blah. Now, Flint has a bad name because Nizo messed it up.
Right.
Nizo's this, and that. Even Bootleg, shout out to the whole Dayton family. Bootleg told me, like, man, you know what I mean? Like, when we was coming up, you know, like, we was doing things and blah, 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 but we had to fix it because we didn't want to mess it up for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had to make sure that we was conducting ourselves in a behavior that wouldn't, you know, like, tarnish Flint music and the Flint, like, artist that was coming behind us. So, you know what I'm saying? Just make sure, man, when you get up here, you appreciate it, that the music is right, it's edited. And, man, hey, do what you do, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Keep it going.
Nizo, I appreciate you coming through. When that album drops, you're more than welcome to come back and we'll chop it up about the Fli album.
The Fli album, man.
On Twitter.
On Twitter, I am Nizo.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Get with me. Any features, man, anybody who want me to come through and just learn, man, I'm ready to give. That's why I'm even here, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming back to record this album, of course, but I just want to give the game to those who really want to listen. If you really want to get some game, man, from above, and not saying that I'm better than nobody, but I'm just trying to show you that, you know, what I've been through, I can pass on to you, to the other people, and we can, you know, make this thing happen in Flint, man. Shouts to Flint, everybody in Flint. I love you.
Hell yeah. 8-1 show with Nizo. Appreciate you coming through, man.
For sure, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man.
No problem.
Yes, sir.